Hi. It's been so long. It's been so long. Okay, so hold on. I need to go live on Instagram. Let me do that now. What's going on right here? I don't know. Oh, okay. She got the okay. Okay. That is YouTube. You don't want to be there. What is Instagram? I am Instagram. Hi guys. How are you? Okay, how do I go live? Oh, live. Q&A, Q space and space A. Oops. Capital A. Let's put BFW. BFW. Space, dash, space. Okay, done. And hit this. Oh, wait a minute. I need to flip my camera. Okay. So, hi guys. So, I'm here tonight to answer questions, and I'm very tired. So, let's ask, let's answer some questions that have been asked of me. So, I'm Sharon Nixon of Fashion Umbrella Foundation and Baltimore Fashion Week, and I am here to answer questions that we have been receiving. So I figured I would answer them now. And hey, Cheryl. The one speaking of Cheryl on Instagram, the one thing I do want to stress is that model registration or castings are done. They're done, period, done, period. So we're not accepting any more models. Speaking of models, the models that have been accepted for this year will be a part of the Baltimore Fashion Week family moving forward. Since this year was our last public casting, any other models that are accepted will have to come, will be, not will have to, but they will be coming from, they will be coming. So when you see me do this, that's Instagram right there. They will be coming from agencies. So I have a lot on my plate and doing castings. It's no more it. I'm over it. It's done. Right? It's done. So, if you are a model now, if you were selected to and approved to be a model for this year, and I think this year we have 95 models that are approved to be a part of Baltimore Fashion Week. Whether you're selected or not, you'll remain on the list until you tell us you no longer want to be a part of Fashion Week, at which time, if you should inform us of that, then we will remove you off list. I do have a meeting tomorrow with an agency, so I'm really excited about that. That should be pretty cool. It should be quick, fast, and in a hurry and over. Boop. So now, since that's been answered about models, are we accepting models? No, we're not. I think it was April 11th was the last casting, the last public casting for Baltimore Fashion Week. So we won't be having any more public castings, which I'm really excited about because that gives me time to do other stuff. So now let's talk about designers. I know there's been a huge misconception, and I will apologize for that because it's mainly my fault. Hey, Sherman Avenue. It's mainly my fault, but what we did was we expanded the designer registration. So now our registration will end on May 6th. So if you're interested in participating, you have until May 6th to register, pay all your fees because Designer Go See is May 9th, and that is a hard stop. May 9th is the Designer Go See. And for those of you who aren't familiar with a Designer Go See, that's when the designers come in and they select potential models for their collection, and then they take it home or to their studio, wherever their creative space is, and then they let us know who they want in the show. Once they let us know who we want in the show, we inform the models who have been selected. So if you're out of the models we've selected this year, and say all of them aren't selected, they will not be dismissed, meaning that when we're ready to start really public facing or planning publicly Baltimore Fashion Week for 2027. I'll let it be known I've already started on 2027. The date is selected, the hotel is selected for next year. It's also selected for this year. So I'm ready, right? I'm ready. And so the models who did not have the opportunity to participate, meaning walk for a designer in Baltimore Fashion Week, they still get to stay on the list. There will be some other runway opportunities coming up after Baltimore Fashion Week, and also definitely in 2027. A lot. So I've been really working and grinding over here. So back to the designers. The last day to participate, I'm sorry, the last day to register for Baltimore Fashion Week is May 6th. You must have your form, your application online completed, designer guidelines returned, and all of your fees paid in full by May 6th. We also added, so before I get into this key part that we've created, I want to talk about the designer experiences. So this year we have really blown out the design experiences for this year. So we have, I guess I'll start. So hold on, how can I do this? Let me just start from the beginning. That's always good. So we have the retail edit, which is open to boutiques and retail stores. So if you own a boutique, or if you're a retail store and you want to participate in Baltimore Fashion Week, there are several um, options to the boutique slash retail brand participation. You can have your garments in the show, or you can have your garments in the show and also have live mannequins to display your collection, or your I guess for retail stores they would consider to be inventory, maybe. I don't know. If you're a branded store, if you're a branded store or a boutique, you can participate in Baltimore Fashion Week. And we also have an option where you can have live mannequins that will stand around the War Memorial to display your garments or your items from your store inventory. I'm thinking, I'm hope I'm saying that right. Store inventory. Um, Hey James, your stored inventory. So that's one thing. Open to boutiques and retail stores. Then we have the ones to watch, which is so amazing. We have our first designer for that. I'm so excited. So that's open to middle and high school students to and schools. So if a middle or high school as a collective, if they want to be a part of the ones to watch, they can. And registration is online, so everything must be taken. Hi Kim. I think that's Kim. Um, so everything must be completed by May 9th. We've been, dragging this out a long time. And I will take the blame for that because I'm getting a lot of emails stating like, oh, I thought registration ended March 30th. Well, that's what it's been for 17 years. But when I took off last year to completely restructure everything under the fashion umbrella, that was one thing that we decided to do, was to expand the actual registration timeline. So now, honestly, registration is open. It never closes. So say after Fashion Week, you're interested and you want to participate, you can register like June of this year for next year. And we have a whole separate platform for the registration fee, but I'll talk about that in a few minutes. So let me finish. I just talked about the retail edit open to boutiques and retail stores. Then we have the ones to watch that's open to high school and middle school students and also schools collectively, because there are quite a few schools in the period in the US that focus on fashion. And if they have a fashion class, like we had that whole group to come up from Swainsboro, Georgia in 2009, and they're the ones that presented the duct tape collection. So if that's something that you want to do for you and your students, that's an option that we offer now. Not the entire school, but the fashion department can present during Baltimore Fashion Week. Then we have the collaborative and the group experience, which is our normal way that we've done Baltimore Fashion Week in the past, where it's been, you have a group of designers that present on each day. So that's another option. Out of that option, we created the alumni. So the retail edit, the ones to watch, will always be a part of Baltimore Fashion Week moving forward. And there's my cat. And then we added, of course, the collaborative group has always been there. Who is I am Kim T? I thought that was you, Kim. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm talking to Instagram over here. So then we have the retail edit for boutiques, retail stores. Then we have the ones to watch. Then we have the collaborative / group presentation. Then we have the alumni. So if you were in Baltimore Fashion Week from 2008 to 2017 and you want to present, you can register under um, the alumni presentation cycle on the actual application. So what that means, as an alumni designer, you get to open or you get to close the show, right? And so the way we're doing it is kind of like a mini solo version. So with the alumni designers, you get to open, and then there's a little break, and then the collaborative designers, they get to showcase. And then if we have a designer, an alumni designer that's breaking, they get to shut the show down, right? So that's the alumni. And then we have the solo segment, solo design experience, where a designer registers for that segment and they actually get a time slot, meaning that if you register for the solo segment and say you're presenting on August 12th, I'm not saying that this is the time, but this is just an example. So don't send me email like, oh my God, I took off from work. Don't do that until you pay your fee. Don't take off from nowhere until you pay your fee. And so if you register for the solo segment, you get to, not you, so we assign you a time slot, and then you get to present your collection alone, just you and everybody else in the audience, right? So I thought that was pretty amazing. That part is really exciting. Well, all of it excites me because, like, oh, so much, but it's so much, but it's a very contained abundance of experiences, if that makes sense. I was in the wrong account. Okay. So now I want to talk about something that we launched last week, I believe it was. So now all registration fees are paid on a separate outside portal outside of Baltimore Fashion Week, and it's on the website Baltimore Fash WK. So Baltimore Fashion Week. And you can't get in it because it's password protected, because our fees that's how all the fees are paid on that site. So if you don't have the password, you can't get in. But once Fashion Week ends, the designers that present in Baltimore Fashion Week will have the option to also sell their garments through our Baltimore Fashion Week shopping portal, is what we're calling it now. We don't have a really official name for it, but they will have the opportunity to sell their garments through that official portal. And so we're working on the guidelines and the contract behind all of that, because it's a whole bunch of legalese that needs to be created behind that. But it will be available starting for 2026, and then moving forward, it's part of the designer package. So outside of you receiving models, beauty services. You also receive consultation on your garments. You also receive you receive two consultations: a styling consultation and then a cohesive storytelling consultation. Right? Then the day of the show, not the day of, but you get images from the runway, and hopefully we can manage to get it back a house. Right? So that's one thing. Then I'm creating a lookbook for each designer that participates in Baltimore Fashion Week. They each get an electronic lookbook so they can share it with buyers if they want to share it out. If they're participating in another show, like, oh, can I send you my lookbook? So you can send it over to them. That's part of what the designers get over here for when you participate in Baltimore Fashion Week. So now I'm going to move into the different areas that we're still seeking assistance with. So we're still looking for volunteers to help either with front of house, which is registration, seating guests. Then we and okay, so front of house is just registration, checking guests in, seating guests, okay, greeting guests. Then you have back of house, which is a huge department. So we have checking in models, checking in designers, making sure that that participants are where they're supposed to be, making sure everybody is properly credentialed. Everybody has on, their T-shirt for that day, helping the models get dressed and undressed, working with designers closely to help them with their collection. Designers can also bring one assistant this year, just one. You can bring one assistant this year, and if that's what you want to bring, then we have a separate document for that, because we had a request for an assistant, and we haven't had an assistant in back of house in 17 years, 17 seasons. So moving forward, we're allowing that because we're taking the stance that, the creatives that we're bringing on board, that we're working with, they're professional people. So they should be able to handle their own. So we're not going to babysit people. It is going to be what it's going to be. So we're looking for volunteers to help with back of house, to help with setup. Once the lights are installed, then we can get the floor plan together. So the day of the show, the only thing we need to do is just come in and just do models get hair and makeup done, and the interns get to work back a house by putting up the designer names and the models that they selected. So it's a lot of work. What else? Oh, we're also looking for hair and makeup team members. So the hair and makeup team members, when you apply, we are scheduling an in-person onboarding. So once you meet with the beauty team lead, then we schedule a in-person onboarding session where you either hairstylist or makeup artist, you get to bring a live model with you, and you create either the makeup look or the hairstyle on the model. And so that's in person, and that's a way. So what you practice with will be the looks for the show. It won't be something random like, oh, give me a beehive, and we're not doing a beehive for the show. That's crazy. We're not doing that. So with that being said, we will be once you come on board and you're, approved or selected, not approved, but selected to be a part of the team, then we'll schedule that. Also for the volunteers, when you schedule your form for the designers, I think I did it for the designers, did I? I don't know. But for the designers and the volunteers, once you complete your form, And also for the beauty team members, once you complete your form, you'll be directed to make your one-on-one appointment. And once that's done, we schedule the appointment and we meet with you. So it's not really, the interview process is not really like, oh, let's see if they're qualified. It's more so of, let's see if we can, one, if we can work together, or vibe together, and two, if this is what the person really wants to do, because it may not be, a person's perception of what happens behind the scenes can always be something different than what it is sometimes, but not all the time. And so we're looking for that. If you're press and media, you can sign up for that. The booklet is also um, beginning in 2 weeks. So starting next Monday, oh my God, the push begins for if you want to place an ad in the souvenir booklet. So the souvenir booklet is pretty cool. Let me get one so you can see it. If you have it, let me get one. Move, move it. Oh. So this is our souvenir booklet. This is the type of, um, I guess, quality it is. This is an 80 pound. I don't know I think this is 80 pound. This may be 80 pound, but it's printed and it's in full color. And these are the ads that go in the book. And I designed the actual souvenir booklet. So I'm showing, this is one of the designers. This is from 2021. So this is the booklet. These are the pages. And these are all the models that were in the event. Hair makeup team, back of house, um, center stage placed an ad. That's another ad. That Geek Skaters. And these are all the sponsors we had in 2022. And this is the team. So I'll show YouTube now. So this is the book. Sorry, y'all. Hi. Hi, guys. So this is what our booklet. This is a booklet size. So it's eight and 8.5 by 5.5. I think I got the measurements right. But this is what the booklet looks like. And and this is the back. Um, like it's not regular paper. I think this is 80 pound. I want to say it's 80. No, 80 is really thick, and 65 is really, really heavy. I don't know what pound this is, but it's just like a regular book. Like you big enough to put in your purse and keep it going. So every front row guest will receive one of these. And the way we design our book is in using the order of the show by the days. So if you're sitting front row, you can actually follow the show. Each designer will list the name of the garment down on the sheet, and that's the order of the show. Because what I hate is what I dislike is when I go to a runway show and I'm like, oh no, I like the jean set. Well, they had 6 of those, right? They had hey Melvin, they had 6 jean sets on the runway, but I don't know the one with the fringe. Well, they all had fringe. So I'm like, okay, well, how about we talk later, right? Because you didn't have this and you didn't have the name of the garment in it. If I'm sitting there sitting front row and I'm watching the show and I see the 6 garment to come down is called, I don't know, messenger on the earth, then I'm a circle messenger on the earth in my book. And when I meet with the designer, I'll say, I really love messenger in the earth. How can I, what sizes it come in? Do you do custom? And speaking of customs, when the designers' collections go on the website, all the jobs or the orders that they receive will be custom orders, right? So meaning that, and it's up to the designer to let me know before the garment goes on the website, what size they go up to, because everything is not made for everybody, right? And we all know that. So the designers will be required to give me the variants, and the variants are when you go to I don't know, the Gap, if you buy online, and they have extra large, large, extra small. Those are called variants. So the designers will have to provide that also for their collection. So if someone's going to the site and they want to buy look number 3, which the name will be on the site, and I want to buy the Kelly in the dark, and they go look at the variant, but it only goes up to maybe a size extra large, then someone who's larger than the extra large will know that they can't, they can't buy that off the site, and then hopefully it'll be an option where they can contact, send a message, and then we'll forward it to the designer so they can respond accordingly. um I had a list and now it's gone. So I talked about the experiences, registration for volunteers, hair, makeup. I talked about the booklet, which marketing starts for that on April 20th. We are doing our first ever soft launch of tickets for Baltimore Fashion Week on May 15th. So May 15th, which is why it's key that everybody who's, interested in participating in Baltimore Fashion Week is registered by May 6th, because we list the designers that, hold on. Show comments on stage. What does that mean? Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay. We list I forgot what I was saying. I started doing something. That's why I should not squirrel. I forgot what I was supposed to say. Anyway, I can't forget. Kim, what was I saying? Because I know you paying attention. My cats are fighting. I forgot what I was saying. It was something. I'm gonna keep talking. Maybe it'll come back. So, if you're a press media photographer and you would like to cover Baltimore Fashion Week, first time we've done that, and I don't know how long. I think the last time we actually opened, let outside photographers shoot, was in 2017. I think that was the last time. Because if you're going to cover Baltimore Fashion Week, you have to be respectful, and we deserve the images, and they should not be on social media before I receive them. So that's why we haven't, and I'm just being transparent here. That's why we haven't allowed for outside photographers to come in, because they just don't want to follow protocol. And who wants to be chasing people? Not I. I think that's pretty much it. Tickets go on sale, soft launch May 15th only. It's not the 16th, the 17th, the 22nd. It's May 15th, starting at midnight. And once the tickets are gone, they're gone. Um, there will be certain levels. Not all levels will be open, but there will be certain levels, and the tickets will be $20. So I will tell you that they will be 20. And I think that's it. It's a limited amount, depending on the number of days we have scheduled for Baltimore Fashion Week this year. There will be a limited amount per day. So that's, I think that's all I have. Does anybody have any questions? If you have any questions, no question is crazy. We also added another segment to Baltimore Fashion Week, but I don't like to talk about anything publicly until all paperwork has been signed and all of that. So once that's taken care of, then I will make the announcement for that. But the people who registered this year will have first dibs, and that's going to be pretty cool. I'm really excited about that. It was just basically placed in my lap on Monday. So like, here, use this, and I'm like, oh, okay. So we're gonna take advantage of it, and it's going to be pretty cool. I will be pulling in some people to help me with that, this next addition that we're adding to Baltimore Fashion Week. this year. Now, I don't know if what I'm adding on now will come back next year. The Lunch with series, we're moving that to another month. And so that's being pulled from Baltimore Fashion Week. And we're going to put it, it may be quarterly, it may be maybe once a year. I don't know. We haven't gotten that far yet, but it will not be happening during Baltimore Fashion Week. And I think that's pretty much it. So if anyone has any questions, I'm here to answer them. And that's all I have. I think that's all I have. Yep, that's it. That's all I have. It's gonna be really quick. See, what time is it? It's 8:46. I did real good. I was 1 minute late, but I did real good. So if there are no questions, I'm going to end. If you come up with any questions after you watch this on a replay or after you watch it on YouTube or whatever, you can just email us at info. You can email us at info, info at the A sign with the circle, baltimorefw.com. And somebody over here will respond. Okay. And if they don't know the answer, then they'll probably like, hey, Sharon, you know the answer to this? Of course I do. And so then, I'll let them know the answer. Oh, yay. I'll let them know the answer and then they'll respond. So I'm hold on, y'all. What happened? I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Sorry, I got a call. A call came in. Um, so yeah, that why am I pausing? Oh Lord Jesus, why am I pausing? Anyway, I don't know. Um, so I think that's it. That's all I have. Kim, do you have any questions? Melvin is who was here earlier? James, Sherman Avenue. Do you have any questions? Cheryl, does anybody, if you have any questions, this is the time to ask because I will be ending this live real soon. I have some work I need to do. I'm at the end point with the going through the model guidelines, and I have to send the images and measurements to the designers. So they've been waiting long enough. So I need to do my part and get it done. Hold on, somebody's asking me a question. Uh, okay, so I'm back. Am I muted? Can you hear me? Oh no, no. Melvin, can you hear me? What happened? Melvin, can you? Oh, Kim. So, do I have anything else to share? I'm really excited about Fashion Week this year. I really, really am. Um, Hi, pretty girl, CC. Hey. So I'm really excited about Fashion Week. It's going to be such a the kickoff and the wrap up. I'm sorry, the large. You can't hear me. Did I turn it down? Oh Lord, hold on, y'all. Okay, okay. Can you hear me now? Hold on. I hope all that time still can't. Okay. I don't know what's going on. How did I mute myself? Oh, why did I just put in my earbuds? Let me take these out. Hold on, let me put my earbuds in. I thought it was on. Can you hear me? Pretty girl CCC, can you hear me? Oh Lord. What did I do? Did I do something? Damn it. Wait a minute, what did I do? Turn on, turn off. I don't know. What did I do? What's this? Okay, that's that. Huh. Huh. Let me go back out and come back in. Hold on. And now, since you can't hear me, done. Let me go back live. I hope I wasn't talking that whole time and nobody couldn't hear me. That'd be crazy if people sat there just watching my lips move. Hi, YouTube. How are you? YouTube, can you hear me? Can you type something in the comments if you can hear me? Because Instagram said they couldn't hear me. But YouTube, I'm quite sure you heard me. Show comments on stage. No, we do not want to show comments on stage. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Are you going to hear me? Okay. So YouTube can hear me. Instagram, I don't know. I hope I wasn't talking all the time and you didn't. If so, Instagram, if you're here and you can hear me, go to YouTube and watch the video. That's all I got to say. Go to YouTube and watch the video. Hi, Linger. So, Linger Magazine, I'm going to keep talking. Linger Magazine is a media sponsor for Baltimore Fashion Week. Thank you, Linger Magazine. Thank you, Baltimore Fishbowl, for being a media sponsor. And thank you, WellPoint, for being a workforce development sponsor. Yay, right? So exciting. So I'm waiting on a few other people to come through, and we may have some other additional announcements to make, but I'll make them once they're finalized. But I guess this is it. It's right. Um, I guess this is it. So I'm going to end on Instagram first. Share as a reel. No. Oh, look at oh, she looks Monique. What's her name? Moneta. Oh my gosh, she's so amazing. Oh, Moneta. She is such a beast when it comes to modeling. Oh my God. Mm. But anyway, so if you missed, I'm sorry if you missed the live. You can always watch on a replay, especially go to our YouTube channel, Baltimore Fashion Week, and subscribe. And that way you'll get the notifications when I go live again. So like, subscribe, and share, right? And do all of that, and everything will be fabulous. Next up is the booklet. So you can place your ad and our fabulous booklet. This is Erica. Isn't she amazing? Like, I laid out the booklet. I did this. This is my version of the book before Devil Wears Prada. And so, yeah, that's all I have. That's all I got. That's all I have. So stay cool, people. Next week, they said it's supposed to be, she's our favorite BFW model, right? Yes, Marietta. Yes, she is our favorite. She is everybody's favorite model in Baltimore Fashion Week. Yes, everybody loves Marietta. I'm trying to get her to come back. I'm trying to get her to come back. Like, Marietta, please think about it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm trying to get, okay, what is this? Okay, I don't know what that is. We'll, deal with that later. But yeah. So yeah. That's all I have. I'm trying to find stuff to talk about because everything I wrote down is done. I talked about it. I know, right? Come back, Marietta. Love her. Come back, Marietta. So hopefully she'll see this, or someone will tell her, like, oh my God, somebody was talking about you on YouTube. And then she'll, she'll come be a part of Fashion Week again. I'm telling you, if she comes back, all the design, she'll be walking for every designer. I think the last time she walked for us was 2012, and she walked for every designer. It was just beyond amazing. I think it was 2012, but was it later than that? I think it was, I think that's it. So I have to look at the gallery and see, but I think it was 2012. So, who is this? Oh, this might be me playing on a form. Let me delete this form. I'm looking at my volunteer application, and I don't know, this looks like something I would have created. So what we're going to do is delete that. We're going to delete this. Yep, let's go right on here and delete that. Doop, doop. So if it was a real person, it's not anymore because you didn't fill out the form correctly. So that's it, guys. I will talk to you soon. Hopefully I won't be away as long as I have been, but life is life, and as they say, and I'm over here producing. So I will talk to you all soon. Please, don't forget to love yourself first, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you for joining. Bye.